Welcome. It's Friday. And if you look at the title, then you know what Friday it is. We're gonna give this a shot again. The thing that I usually fail at, but I've been trying out in the last couple of days, and I figured a couple of things out. And I've listened to a lot of minimalistic or like deeper drum and bass, more like darker drum and bass. It's a bit hard to put a name on it, I guess, because it's not always minimal. It's like, you know, a bit more less complicated or less crazy as what I normally try, but I don't know. It you know what I mean, you know? We're gonna give it another shot. So welcome. Hope you're all doing good. This marks the first stream in the 2-week vacation of work that I have, so I'm gonna be making a lot of music in the upcoming weeks, or at least I'm gonna be working on a lot of music, and the goal is to, well, finish a couple of things. So I do want to do something today though, and that's that minimal drum and bass, deeper drum and bass, darker drum and bass, whatever we're gonna call it. Kind of depends what it's gonna turn into, I think, but that's what we're gonna do today. So let's do that. Let's yeah, sure, we'll put this here. So, I was going through some sounds earlier, and I bounced one that I found in an old project. It's basically a long sample. I have it here. I have 2 versions of it. I'll take just one of these, doesn't matter. And I have an idea of what I want to try out first, and that is messing with this in maybe like a pigments or something, in like a granular patch, seeing if we can create like some weird plucks or something, or like some weird higher sounds, like higher frequency sounds, like higher pitch sounds, that I can use in between some of the bass notes. Because I have an idea, and I've had this idea for a time now, to make a track that is like a drum and bass track, with a bit more of a, yeah, a bit more of a more minimalistic, deeper bass, maybe something like an 808 or something like that. But then have like some weird plucks in between, and do the almost like a color bass kind of pluck, but then not really full on color bass, but more like just something interesting. So I was going through some samples, like I said, and I found this thing that is basically just a piano. Ran through, I think I did a grain delay and then a portal. And then after that, I put like that weird old plugin, data block effects, this thing. And I messed with it in here a little bit. And I got like this file that I bounced. So I think if I put this into Pigments, we can probably get some weird shit out of it. So it sounds like this. Just all kinds of weird. But it's kind of like a nice sine wave tone, right? But it's moving around in pitch a lot. So I think if we put like a granular thing in there, we might get some weird things. And this is in the key of G sharp minor. More specifically, G sharp harmonic minor. And that would mean that it that it's the same scale, the same notes as D sharp major Phrygian, which is kind of nice. D sharp is a nice key for a bit more of a deeper bass, or just a key that I like for drum and bass in general. So I think we'll put this weird thing in a Pigments and just see if we can get some weird things out of it. I also have this, let's see, this other version, which is basically the same thing but without the grain delay. So it's like a little bit less hectic, I think. Just another one of those resampled things. Maybe it's even more hectic from the looks of it. It's a bit cleaner. But sounds kind of similar. Especially those parts where it's really moving around those notes. I think if we put that into a granular thing, it'll work pretty interesting. And if not, we'll try something else out. We're just gonna see what happens. Thing is, I usually completely fill at more minimal drum and bass, so that's why but I really like listening to it, so I want to get better at it. Hey, Particle Jim, welcome. And Kate, yo, welcome. Willow, Putney, Ariel Teldarim, welcome. I hope I pronounced that name right. Fable, welcome as well. Good to see y'all. Let's see. Let's just get started with this then. Let's do 16. Let's take that sample. Let's just put this on a sampler. And let's grab this one. Just chuck it in there. It's pretty long, so I think I'll cut it down a bit here. I'll just do that real quick. Let me actually just split this up into a couple of samples. How did we do that again? Oh yeah, here. Copy to B. Let's take the next section. Just chop this up so that when I use the Granular engine, it's not as long, and I can get a little bit more fine control. Let's just do the entire file for now. We can also switch between these, so that's kind of nice. Like that, and then let's do the last part. I think I messed up actually somewhere, but yeah, this one is... Let's make them the right order. See, that one needs to be the other way around. There we go. There we go. Okay, so then we can... In here, I can also switch between them. So if I switch this to one of these, like, I don't know, sample pick or something, we can map that to a macro and then we can choose one of these. But now I also get a bit more fine control with this start position, because it's not such a huge file. And let's go in here, turn this on, and we're probably going to do some kind of a tempo synced one. Just start with 1/8, and maybe that one, a bit shorter. Let's just put a C note in here. Why can't they just fix this? It's so annoying. Ever since they changed that, it's just been annoying the hell out of me. When I make a new MIDI clip like that, it's always switched to 16s and not to narrow, which makes no sense. Like on a short MIDI clip, you're gonna get 16s, but if you make like a long MIDI clip, you're also gonna get 16s, which, why don't you just make it narrow by default? I don't get it. But I saw so many people complaining about it, and Ableton just hasn't fixed it. And I don't know why. Why don't we hear anything? Probably because we need to put this somewhere here. It's gonna be really quiet. Let's beef it up a little. That's fine. Why am I seeing the entire thing? Not just the... Okay, well, that's weird. What if we make them go backwards? Like that's not even doing anything. Let's add some distortion to it. When in doubt, just add more of those. I am on the latest Ableton update, by the way. I've updated since like I think last week already as well. Things have been pretty good on my end now. Like everything in the browser seems fixed. Still, every now and then, when it's like a really long file, it lags, but it did that before the 11.3 update as well, so that's, you know, I'm fine with that. But they seem to have fixed the issues that were lagging the UI. Like, I can just browse through samples in the browser here without any problem. I can just click one of these and just, it plays right away. And it's all fine, so, seems good. Like, I was really tempted to not update. I was like, I'm not sure, you know. I've been having a lot of issues with the last few updates, but I checked it out. I basically installed, I installed a separate install next to my other 11.2 installation. So I installed a new 11.3.10, I think it is. Yeah, I installed that one basically next to the other one that I have of Live 11. And just to check, basically, and it worked fine, so after that I just removed it again, and I just installed it over the old one, and it works fine, so... I'm getting some stuff here, like that... There are some bits in there that sound kind of interesting. Let's throw this through a comb filter, maybe. And whack that up, maybe. Put this down a bit. Gonna sound pretty similar, but... Actually, it sounds really similar. Yeah, we're getting some weird shit here. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to just get started with some bass and some drums. And then we'll see if we can layer some of these things in there at some point. I guess that's the best thing to do. Let's do... Let's grab a hat. Some kind. Yo. Yeah. Maybe just grab a couple of ones. Sure, let's grab these as well. That'll do for now. Let's do that. Okay, let's just see what we are gonna make. I guess we'll just start with a really simple. Guess we'll just use this one. Let's zoom in a bit as well, because we need a much smaller clip. There we go. That's 4. Let's do that. Okay. Let's make a kick. Yeah, I know. We'll probably see if what we're gonna do. It's either that or just making a kick that's really, or making a snare that's really short. That's the main idea, basically. Or using a clap or something can also work. But the main idea is to basically make it short. That works most of the time. Put that on there. Let's make a pitch envelope. Put that on there. Let's do this, maybe make it a bit more. Let's put some MIDI notes in here. That's way too high, but we're gonna tune this properly. So if we're gonna do the root note of the bass, so like being D sharp, and if we put this on +3 and then put this like down, it should be in the right pitch. And then we can use that one. Let's solo this. Let's do another one. Just kind of shape it a bit. So this one is like, if we put this at a little bit longer maybe. And then make sure that the pitch envelope is always like a little bit quicker, then you can make sure that it sort of like ends on the right pitch. We're just gonna make this a bit louder. Let's do that, and let's bring it up a bit. And let's see. I wanna make it a bit more. Let's do that maybe. And let's bring this one up a bit. We can mess with it again later, but I just want to make one that's a bit nice. It sounds a bit alright. I mean, there's so many different types of it, I guess. You know? It really depends on what direction you're going in. With the track. That's a decent starting point. Let's make it so that that does that. Also try out maybe playing with. It's gonna get quite heavy quite quickly, so let's just choose soft clip. Cool. I mean, we can try maybe, let's see. Let's go. Damn, where did I put all my drum breaks? They should be in, oh wait, here. Drums, breaks. A lot of breaks here. Wait, I have better folders, breaks that are already a little bit more sampled. Let's see. They should be in here. See if we can find like some nice breaks, maybe with some something that we can grab out of there. DMB breaks. These are all sampled breaks, so. I'm reading the chat, seeing what you guys are talking about. I do like that snare a little. See if we can see what happens if we use that. Wait. Not sure if that's an actual hit, but let's just do it like that. Seems to be another one right there. Could be wrong though. It's more like the snare. Like an extra hit in the snare or something, but let's just see what happens if we chop it up. Yeah, he makes interesting stuff. Let's just put it like that. A bit of there's still a bit of melodic stuff in there, but also really minimal. Maybe a bit too minimal sometimes for my taste. Can also go too minimal, right? Let's see, what do we got? I don't really like this break, actually. Let's find a better one. Something more. Ooh, that snare is kind of nice. What if we just take you? Maybe this one, where there's less low end from the kick. There's still low end, but we can get that out. Actually, I like that one quite a bit. I guess this is just an 8 note, so we can just do this. Put that on 8 notes. That snare's very nice, yeah, exactly. I like the sound of it. Huh? Okay. That's kind of odd. Come on. Let's go there. See if we can maybe tighten it up a bit. Okay, let's grab some more stuff. Let's see. Maybe this one. No, I don't like that one for this. See if we can find something with a bit more. Oh, maybe that actually. Is that one? No. See if we can find some cool shakers that we can add. Just to make it a bit bigger. We need more heads as well. Or at least heads that are a bit bigger. Because these ones are too small. Let's just do repitch. These have a lot of swing to it. I kind of want to add my own swing. That one should be a bit straighter. Yeah. Let me put that on beats mode. Let's do 16s. Make it a bit shorter. You know what? It has all the markers. Yeah, it has all the markers. So let's just do slice to MIDI track. That. Transients. That way I can just do this. And then use my groove that I made. And then we can use these macros here to make it even tighter, because the beat algorithm, you can take that envelope down, but you cannot bring it down to like something really short, like that for instance. And now we can. See, we can get really short shakers now, which is kind of nice. Let's bring this timing down a bit because it's a bit much. That should work. Sure, that could work. Let's do... I usually do this with one-shot hi-hats because it kind of makes them sound a bit more cohesive. Is take a little bit of the resonance out, especially when it's like one-shot hi-hats, because they're all gonna have like completely different resonances because they're not from the same kit, obviously. So just doing that a little usually makes them a little bit more noisy, but can help to kind of make them sound a bit more similar. And also kind of takes out some of the harshness, but we'll see if we like that. We really need to make this thing better. So let's go and play around with this a bit. Let's try putting this one on here. So there's, I guess there's a, oh, is that D sharp? That's nice. That's a coincidence. But it's a bit low. Kind of would like that to be higher. So maybe... let's try out using a... maybe after the EQ though. Spiff is pretty nice. Spiff is like a really nice transient shaper, in my opinion. Yo, come on. Let's try doing some frequency shifting on here and see if we can... see, I don't really like the pitch of this thing. We might have to make like a different snare, but... don't really like the sound of this one. Let's just make a new track. Turn this off. Let's just grab one of my... where are you? Right here. We could also try... okay. We want to make these a little bit bigger. Let's put some subtle, maybe some subtle reverb on it. Okay, let's see if we can make this a bit more interesting. I usually don't mind it to just layer a bunch of hats in here. It's not really realistic in like a realistic drummer kind of sense, but when you're kind of stacking one-shot samples, a lot of times it just becomes a new hat, right? It just becomes a new hat sample. And they just act as one hat. It just, especially when you start processing them together with like that Sooth, for instance, it's really going to help gel them together, and it kind of just sounds like a different hat. So we can use like maybe one in a lower velocity to kind of emphasize the first beat, for instance. Have like one that's a bit more airy or something on top of it. And we can play around with different ones. Maybe even put like one on each one of those. And maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll put some more in. That one is a bit... Sure, that'll do for now, I guess. We just need to set some drums up for now, so that we have something to work with, and then we're gonna probably move a lot of stuff around when we get some bass going. But for now, we just need some drums, you know, just as a starting point. Let's just move this. Let's just arrange a little bit of drums, maybe. Let's just do that. Let's take out... Let's do that. And then let's just make these come in here. Just so that it's obviously going to come in too quick. We're probably going to have this come in later, but for now it'll work, because then we can hear what it's going to sound like with the shakers and without. And just take out that last hat here. Okay. Let's just maybe... Right. So let's hook these up as well. I mean, probably not really going to need this one if we're going to use this sound. Maybe just a tiny bit, but at least we'll just hook it up so that we have them. Actually, let me just use the saw wave real quick to write some notes. Let's think. So we are probably gonna stick to D sharp for the bass. Let's think. Probably some kind of a step on the first beat. We could also see. Let's just make a bit of a thing first. I'm thinking of what if we're gonna do G sharp to D sharp, because what I was playing with that piano thing, I can quickly bring that up. Let's see what we're gonna do. Piano, piano, where are you? Piano. Let's grab that one. Let's grab this as well. So, put a little bit of reverb on it so it at least sounds a bit nicer. Tiny bit. There we go. Okay. So with that little file that I played at the start of the stream, I was playing, I think I was playing G sharp. So, get a bit more volume. I think I was playing G sharp minor. To D sharp minor, which to D sharp major, I think that was the file. That's cool. Kind of a flamenco sound. And I can play that with two hands, but we could do a bass line that goes from that G sharp to D sharp. That could also be cool. Let's see if we can make something like that. Would be interesting. Maybe there. Okay, fuck it. We need to just do some sound design first, because this is going nowhere if we do that. Let's just go and do what I wanted to do, which is going in here and doing that. And let's just make a sine wave. Let's just start. We're just gonna start with D sharp. That'll work for now. Just just loop that. Already sounds way more like it. Let's see. Let's do another thing here, and let's just add like lower. Maybe that one. Let's that maybe. Okay, let's do a little... Put you on there. Kind of want to have it a little bit longer though, so let's go to 1/2, and then we need to put this here. We can use this point to say it how long. That's kind of cool. What if we now remove these, and let's see if we can add like some extra harmonic in here. Let's see if we can get something interesting going with that, like a little bit of an extra. Maybe that. And then let's see if we just add like maybe a tiny bit of one of these. That might work. Okay. Probably want to have a bit of sidechain to the kick, so that we can make sure that that one stays nice and clean. The snare is not too important right now, because it's mostly just really high frequencies anyway, so it's probably not going to interfere with this bass. See, sometimes I was also looking at tracks like through like just like some spectrum analyzers and stuff, and I was also noticing that a lot of times sometimes they don't even sidechain to the snare, depending on what type of snare it is. Like if it's like a clap or something that's really only high frequencies, and the bass is only sub, there's really no reason to sidechain it, because they're going to be separated by frequencies, right? So sometimes that's fine. But for the kick, we definitely want to have it. So let's just put that here. Now that kick is always going to be clean. Let's see if we can make this nice. So let's just maybe do a little bit of this. We're really gonna have to make it a bit louder because it's really quiet. And also I think in general we need to do some balancing here. Let's make the drums a little bit quieter. It's gonna be a bit quiet for you guys now, but bear with me. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to find out a good way to figure out like a nice way to, if like you're working on a track and you just want to make it to sound a bit heavier, a bit bigger, but when you push it, it like just starts to distort quite a bit because, you know, your track isn't mixed at all yet or stuff like that, like what we have right now. Like even if we just leave these at their original level, like if I start boosting this, it's really gonna distort quite a bit, right? But that's just because of how this is set up. It's set up to distort because I'm using it with a really long attack time, which basically at this moment it's basically just clipping. But if we bring this up to the point where it actually starts distorting, so where we really can hear that kick distorting, and I mean the sub isn't really distorting much, but well it is, but we don't really hear it distorting much. But if there would be like a higher layer on top of this, then we would definitely hear that. So if we Do I have like something? Oh wait, maybe I can just quickly chuck in like a loop or something from a sample pack so that we have a bit of an idea. Packs, so that I can show you what I mean. Let's just make sure that that is not on. And let's see if we can... like some kind of a synth loop or something. What do we have? Something in D sharp would be nice. Sure, let's chuck it in, see what we get. I'm not sure if it's the same key though, but because we're actually in G sharp minor, but we're using D sharp. Well, whatever, it doesn't really matter, just so that we have something in here. Like if I start boosting this now, we're really gonna hear it distort. Which is logical, but if we start boosting this, you can really hear, right, how it starts distorting. So just bring it up to like where it distorts. And then you want to start setting your settings. So you're basically pushing it too far so that you can hear when it starts distorting, and then we're gonna dial this in. Now for the attack time, the one easy thing to remember is you never want to make your attack time shorter than what like the one cycle of your sub bass frequency would be. So like if your sub bass in D sharp, one cycle is like what? What is that? D sharp is... it's like what? 38 hertz? Something like that. So you don't want to have your attack time slow or quicker than that. Usually, because then it starts distorting. So if you wanna, so in this case, we wanna stay above that 38 milliseconds. So we wanna be somewhere above it. That usually makes it sound cleaner. That's a good thing to kind of keep in mind for the attack time. If you want it to clip though, just bring it all the way up and it will just clip it off. But if you want to use this as like a limiter, then usually I would bring it somewhere like just above it, somewhere like there maybe. And as soon as we bring the release up, you can hear we are actually losing a lot of the distortion on the sub as well, and on those higher things. So see how like the kick, we can still hear that it's clearly, you know, pushing it into the limiter quite hard. But this is a pretty good way to kind of set up the limiter while you're still working on the track, if you just quickly want to hear what it sounds like loud, and compare it to like some other tracks or something. Now obviously I would take this off at the end and just, you know, redo it properly, but this is a good way to get a limiter set up and not just have it like, because it depends like on the drums as well and on the stuff that you're working, what you're gonna set this as. But you can hear if we have it all the way down, it just distorts a lot. But if we bring this up, becomes cleaner. Now look ahead can be nice, but it also see, the look ahead will take away that distortion on the kick. It makes the kick clean again. See? Or just the transients in general. So that's kind of how I would do that. Now, don't mind the transient distorting a little bit, but we can see that we can push it pretty hard now. Like it's gonna pump at some point, but we can actually go pretty far without completely distorting the whole thing. But like the balance between the elements is kind of fucked at this moment, so we need to do that first. Let's yeah, I'm just gonna make those drums a bit quieter, because they're a lot louder than everything else. See, they're still louder than everything else, even if I bring them down. But now that limiter is only catching it ever so slightly. Now we might even just be able to do it like that. See, now it's not really doing much of a difference. Oh, a little bit. Okay. I'm quickly reading the chat. Now, I always find it really difficult to make a track if I don't have an intro, so we might have to start making some kind of an intro. Now, I do find intros for more minimal drum and bass a lot easier, because they're usually not that complicated. They usually just start with like a hat hitting on like the beat, or like every 2 beats, something like that, with like a pad or a drone or something, and just start building that up a bit, and then at some point they introduce some part of the bass, usually in like the last 16 before the drop. And then it just goes into the drop, and because you introduce the bass, you kind of, it kind of ties the whole thing together right away, so that's kind of nice. But I do think we need to make the bass better, because it's a bit shit at the moment. And I think we don't need as much limiting for now. Let's just bring it down a bit. Let's see what we can do with this one. So, if I... Okay, let's just see what happens if we chuck a rack on here. Maybe. Just add a bit of reverb, maybe. What else can we add? Oh, should we try this one? has a bit of an interesting tone. Tun, 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 tun. Let's go in here. Let's, I don't know, mess with it a bit more. We put a little bit of hey, what if we do okay, and then in here, yeah. Okay, one moment. Yeah, I'm just basically just doing some sound design at the moment, so we have something to work with. We're just gonna do some more sound design after this, probably. Interesting. What if we... Interesting tone. What happens if we put you on like 7 or something? That's interesting. It's gonna really... Not really doing much, but it's fine. That one is doing more. I kinda like that one. Let's go in here. Let's just see what happens if we just boost this one a little bit. Yeah, we need to give the sub a bit of movement. I think. What if we just... No. Let's take this one off again. We're probably gonna have to do some automation instead. I like the tone of it. Of that hit. Has an interesting tone that works. But... let's first get started then with a bit of an intro now. So that we have something to go off. Let's grab this thing. It should work for now. Heck, we can even just start with that right away. Or we can take out the 8 notes. Let's just leave them in. Let's start with this. Yeah, we want to have some kind of atmosphere thing. I can check if I have some sample maybe that we can use. Maybe. Maybe. Let's just grab a pigment. And let's do new preset, sample. Chuck you in there. It says E. Let's hope it is E. Could be wrong. Let's turn it into a bit of a... something higher maybe. that one sounds kind of cool as well. It's not higher, but I like that atmosphere. Yeah. It's pretty wide though, so let's do a little bit of, I don't know, we can just make it a bit more towards the mids, that it's not louder in the sides than in the mids. Because if it's louder in the sides than in the mids, then as soon as you sum it to mono, you're gonna lose a lot of the sound. So my what I usually try is to not get the sides to be even louder than the mids, because then, well, yeah, then it's just gonna disappear mono most of the time. But this should work. Do a bit of EQ on it, maybe. Oh. Let's see if we can... do that as a starting point. And then next 16 we're gonna have probably the kick come in or something. Can just make that longer. And we need something on top. I mean, maybe we can put... Okay, well, let's just grab contact. We got in here. See what these sound like. Oh, fuck. Now it's gonna open up a second one. Let's do that. Let's just make like a little pattern or something that repeats every, what is that, every 4 bars or every 2 bars. Something like that, but then with a better sound. Let's high pass it as well. This one could actually work, maybe. Maybe we... Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna end up using that piano thing. We'll see. It kind of has to fit, right? So we're gonna have to see if it will make sense in terms of the sound. It might not, so we'll have to see. I don't want to get too invested in that sound and, you know, get completely stuck because I'm trying to make that sound work in the specific context of this track. If it does, it does, you know, and it would be great. But if it doesn't, then I'm not gonna, you know, try and make it work, because then I usually just, well, I would just probably get stuck and just be like, what to do with it, I don't know where to go, and then, yeah, you know the deal. This is by Keep Forest, the company Keep Forest. It's the same company as that Iser X library that that I use sometimes. Same company. This one is a bit more like, well, it has single instruments in it as well. It's not just like made for trailer hits. But there's like some nice sounds in here. I like having stuff like this. Same thing with like okay, that one is lower. Just because, you know, it's a slightly different starting point than, you know, grabbing a serum and making something yourself. It's kind of cool. What happens if we put a grain delay on it? Let's see, can we turn the reverb off here? Still has reverb on it from the sound of it, but that's fine. Do this. And let's see what happens if we put you up to 12. Gets really wide again because of the grain delay. Narrow it down a little bit. Get some really nice tones, but because some of those delays are not in key, but other ones are. Should leave it like that for now. I guess we can just chuck this on it and see if we can figure out something cool with this. I asked Devious Machines if they can add an additional lock feature, because I was using this since I bought this like 2 weeks ago or something. Or not even, like a week and a half or something. I was messing with it, and I noticed one thing. I was like, oh mate, that would be so good if they just see how they have this little lock icon on the mix, so that you can lock the mix of the master mix basically. That's great, because then when you're switching presets or flipping through presets with the random button, for instance, it doesn't change the mix. So if you want to have it all the way at 100%, it's always going to be at 100%. And I thought, why don't they just add this to the clean bass module as well? How cool would it be if this module had an additional lock icon somewhere in here. Just an additional thingy somewhere to lock it. So that when you switch presets or click the random button, this module is always going to stay on. How cool would that be for resampling bass? Never going to have to, because when you're doing this, like if you have a bass line and when you click the random button, some presets are, you know, maybe high passing, or some presets are doing a lot of reverb or something, and then the sub is going to get that as well. But if this module is on, then everything below this frequency stays clean. So if they just add a little lock icon here, so that you can lock this when you switch presets, that would be so good. Then you can just put this on the bass and just click random. I mean, you can still do that, but you're going to get parts where the sub is maybe going to get some reverb on it or stuff like that. But if they would add that, then you can just literally just start mashing this button while it's playing back, and you get all kinds of stuff and just record the output. And it's always going to have a clean sub, which is nice. They didn't reply yet, but that would be really cool if they can add it. See, right now it automatically changes because I go to a different preset. I really need to get into diving into how this one really works, but you get so many weird things out of it. It's such a interesting plugin. Okay, let's just can we in it? Let's just do something ourselves. Let's just add maybe some see, that's what I mean. Oh yeah, here. So if we... okay, so we can... How did... Okay, nice. So we can map that to here, yeah. And this one is also pretty cool. It's basically just an audio follower, an envelope follower. But it works pretty good. You have all these controls here as well, so it's kind of nice. It works pretty well, actually. Alright, that's not going to do something if we don't use this one. Yeah, so I really have to dive in this plugin and start using it, because I have no clue about all of the deeper settings yet. But it's quite an interesting plugin. Really, just by flicking through some of the presets, I already found a lot of cool things that are unlike sounds. What the hell? Like that, what the hell? So that's using a delay. And what is this? A loop thing? And a stretch module. It's kind of cool. Let's just okay, cool. We'll add it in for now. Let's just put some reverb on it. Okay, let's add something that builds tension here. Not too much though, probably. Let's just grab another pigments. Maybe that could work. So we can find something else. That might work. Just want to have something that has a bit of like rumble in it as well, just... Or maybe not rumble, but like something that's more noise based. This one has a bit of like a really resonant frequency though, so let's see. Let's try that maybe. Let's do... Not sure if I like the sound of it, but let's just see what happens. Maybe up until here. Damn it. I need to piss. Yeah, bass is not good yet, but I'll just play this real quick for you guys, even though it's not fully an intro yet, but I need to take a piss real quick. I'll be back in just a little bit. If there's any questions, by the way, just drop them in the chat or suggestions. Yeah, I guess during this stream you can put suggestions in the chat. I'm not too concerned about backseat producing today. So if anybody of you hears something and goes like, "Oh, maybe you should try that. Maybe you should try that," then put it in the chat. I'll be back in like, I don't know, minute, half a minute, something like that. See you guys in just a bit. Okay. Webcam will be back in just a bit. Let's think. I'm not too big of a fan of this thing, but let's just see. Need some more attention in this thing. Let's take these out. I think we're gonna have a different clap or a different snare, but we'll see. This one does for now. Let's go. See which one. KeepForest makes some really interesting contact libraries, mostly for like trailer sound design. Like a lot of their libraries are able to add trailer music, but they are definitely nice for making, you know, just making some more like cinematic like hits for your tracks. Like just interesting sounds. Like most of their libraries, and I should probably show you this real quick. Like most of their libraries have, well, maybe not the Devastator one, but like the other ones. So for instance, I have one of these. So like, let's try. Well, just the one that I always used to use on stream is this one, the Classic Trailers Toolkit, and it's basically just a tool to help you design cinematic hits, basically, that have like a sweep into it as well. So you can just use this. It's basically just 6 layers, 6 samples. You've got 4 samples mapped to this XY graph right here. And then you've got a whoosh, which is this one. So that's like the pre-whoosh into the hit. And then this is a hit sample. And then these are like elements that you can use. And you get access to like all these different folders of sounds that come with it. So you get like all different kinds of sounds like that. Right? And then there's like resonators, for instance. So like different types of sounds and pianos, right? So there's all kinds of sounds in here. And then you can just basically just set up your randoms here. So you can say, oh, I want these in here for A, B, C, D, whoosh, and hit. You can just select which ones you want. So, or you can choose one of the presets. So let's say we want tonal. Now we're gonna get tonal hits if we randomize. So then I can just say randomize kit, yes. A little bit of time because it's gonna randomize everything. Usually I'd randomize the entire kit because of this. Because it just goes absolutely insane. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I should have just done. Okay, it's almost done. There we go. It's yeah, it's having a bit of a hard time. Hope my voice is still sounding normal, actually. You're glitching, yeah, I thought I would. Oh, it should be back to normal now. It finished. It just, no, it's not. We're still glitchy. Before I do this, let me save. Are we still glitching? Okay, then. Yes. Are we good now? I hope we're good now. Yeah, we're okay now. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's just something when it does something weird. Like normally I don't randomize the entire kit for that reason. It's just my PC doesn't like that. I just randomize the key instead, and then it only randomizes one key, and that just works a lot better. But like now it has randomized the entire kit. So if I click this C knob here, we get that hit. And that's basically just made out of these samples. And you get like this key range here for tuning it. So if you, let's say we want to have D sharp. Now we get that hit in D sharp. And then the next one above it is the same hit, but without the pre-swoosh. So you're just gonna get that. And then, you know, let's say you have a nice one, but you want to make a couple of more. You can go to the next one. So let's say that one. Let's say I don't like it. Okay, I don't really like it. Now let's just do random key. That should be quicker. There we go. Now it has changed this key. We turned it into that. Do D sharp. I don't know why it doesn't remember that. That's a little bit annoying. Just click random again. See, so you can just keep doing that until you get a cool one. Now, the really nice thing about this library that I don't really use a lot, but is actually really cool, is this thing here, like that XY thing. So if you have like a... There we go. So obviously you can do that, but you can also record this. So you can like hit record here, and then you can do little thing like that. And then I believe... Wait, we need to do that while we... And now every time I hit a note, it does that movement. Which is really cool. Because that way it makes it really nice for sound design, because then you can get all these different morphing kind of things. So, and they have multiple of these libraries, because they also have the modern trailers toolkit, I believe. Yeah, modern trailer design is what it's called. That's like a really similar library. But just this one is the classic trailer ones, and the other one is a modern trailer toolkit. And that basically just kind of like the same thing. I just wish contact was quicker. It's just such a slow... See, it's the same thing, but just comes with different samples. So they have like a whole bunch of different libraries that are kind of similar in regard. Like the interface is very similar. You can switch between easy mode and pro mode here, by the way. Pro mode has all those options, but it just comes with other samples basically. So, and they got like there's one other one that I have is like the cyberpunk trailer toolkit, and it's really nice. They're just nice for if you want to have like, let's say you're making an intro and you need some like cinematic hits, then this is a really nice library for that. Like just stuff like that, you know? And let's say I don't like that. We're gonna go in here. I don't know. Modern EDM brass. Okay, let's click that. Or whatever that bra means. Okay, we're not wearing a bra, but... Key. And they're nice for like getting inspiration. And just making some cool hits. And some of the libraries also come with other things. Like I said, that Devastator one comes with like single instruments, and there's a couple of ones that come with like pulses and stuff like that. But, you know, they're just nice. Bit too heavy sounding though for this kind of a track, I think. Because there are most of the sounds in there that you make with them, the hits are pretty large sounding, right? Because they're like for film trailers, and usually film trailers are pretty big in terms of how they sound. Like, they need to sound big and epic, right? So that's kind of what the libraries are for. But if you're making a bit more of a heavier drum and bass track, or like a bigger track, then yeah, sure, they can definitely fit. Do you have Watchkeeper? What is Watchkeeper? I don't know what Watchkeeper is, so no, I don't have it. Let's give this one a bit of movement, maybe. Let's do... Ooh, immediately better. Maybe put a little bit over on the volume as well. Oh, it's also a library from them. Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen all their libraries yet. But the ones that I've seen are pretty nice, and they all are pretty cool. There's one other one that I have, which is the sound effects designer. That one is also pretty cool. I just love libraries that do those kind of things. Like, there's a couple of other Contact libraries that I also have that do similar things. Like, Native Instruments made a couple of ones as well. Where is it? These two, Mysteria and Thrill. Those are kind of similar. They're kind of made for like making just kind of sounds that build tension, basically. So Mysteria is like, I forgot. One of the two is more vocal based, and the other one is more like, I don't know, texture based. I thought Mysteria was more texture based, and I think this one is more vocal based, but could be the other way around as well. And they have like, you know, they're basically just long drony kind of sounds that, and they have like an XY graph as well. And if you bring that up, then it kind of like adds like tension, and those are kind of similar in that regard. I love libraries that do that kind of stuff. They have a lot of libraries, yeah, I know. They have a ton of libraries. This one is pretty cool too, like Thrill and Mysteria. Like, you just take a preset, or you build your own, but like just for demonstration purposes. Dark, maybe. Smooth clusters. Again, this library can be a little bit slow sometimes, but I don't know, context is just slow in general for me. I never know why. Tried so many things. I think we're gonna lag again. One moment, let me fix that. We need to get on with making the track, because this is gonna take a lot of time. Am I glitching again? I think we might be glitching again. Contact. Yeah, okay, fuck Contact. Contact is just being an asshole today. No, we're not? Okay. Well, this library is, at the moment, it just says, nope, I'm not doing anything. Beach Ball of Doom, or Spinning Icon of Doom. Okay, let me see if I can close out of this. Let's move on with the tune, yeah. Exactly. Oh, it did load now, though. It did load now, so I can quickly show this thing real quick. So, like, that's basically what it does. So, and you get like all these extra controls down here, and you can map everything to this XY graph. So you can, like, by clicking these things here and dragging them, you can change that. So if you like want to say, I don't know, voices, you can change that and all kinds of stuff. But let's say you wanna, I don't know, we wanna have one of these effects. Maybe mutate on both of them. And we're gonna do that. I think I did them the wrong way around. I think they need to be like that. Maybe not. Maybe I had them the right way around. But basically you can add all those things to the XY graph, and you can also go in here, of course, and change the individual layers. So you've got like all these different sources again, like with the other one. And you can just choose something. So I don't know. I hope that is not gonna do the same thing again. No, that actually works because it only loads a single sample. So now we just have a different sample in here. And let's turn these things off because they're a bit annoying. And for like building layers with tension, these are pretty nice. And that other library, that Mysteria one, that other one is kind of the same thing, but then with vocal type sounds. So if we just quickly, I'm not gonna change the preset in there, I'm just gonna use the default one. Yeah, I think this is the vocal based one, because this one has the masks. See, so it's kind of like that. And then, for instance, if we want to make them come up in volume, we can use that. Oh, these have 2 layers per side. Didn't even know that. See, now they come up in volume. So there's a really nice library for making those interesting sounds, and usually I would put like a big reverb on it or something to really make them like almost like a pad or something. But they can be really cool. Okay. Should we go for that rhythm, maybe? I'm feeling that one. Let's make sure that the groove is on this as well. So I want to have some top thing other than this one because I don't like that one. Maybe we can just... Yeah, fuck that layer. We need to figure something out, something different, but I want to move into here so that we can figure out what comes after that. Like, what happens here is not too important. Bit much. And really wide. So let's see if we can Because I want to check real quick what it's going to sound like in mono. Like if we're going to make a sound like this, then we need to make sure it's going to sound good in mono. Which kind of already does a little, but let's see if we can... See, sometimes get a bit of a stronger sounding hit. Oh, I think I had it there, but... Okay, that one sounds kind of good. And then if I now... So that's what it sounds like in full stereo. Let's maybe back it down a little bit. Let's see what happens if we... We'll just leave it on this, I guess. We can also... Oh, that's kind of good as well. Ooh. Like inverse. What is that doing? Ah, okay. Yeah. That's actually kind of cool. And still sounds pretty good in mono as well. That's always important for drum and bass. Let's put some reverb on it maybe. Just a little bit. And let's... we can try this one. Ghost is kind of interesting. Ghost is basically a delay, but with a frequency shifter. So you get like, if we just switch this to single, you get... So the delays get frequency shifted. It's kind of interesting. And then there's also the pitch ones, which do the same thing, but then... You get such a weird... That's an interesting build-up delay. And as you add more feedback, you're also going to get higher pitches, because every delay that comes after it is going to be one semitone higher with this setting. So when we have the feedback really low, we should only get like a couple of extra pitches. See, so we can get it really... Ooh, that's actually really cool. Oh, that's really cool. And then if we automate this up... more of those higher notes are gonna start coming in. And here it starts actually feedbacking into itself. That's a really cool one for a build. And yeah, the reverse one is pretty cool too. Yeah, that's really cool. And then there's also the, what was the other one? There's another one. Rich pitch. And then there's also pitch duck. So duck, that is just, this one is just gonna duck it down every time the main sound hits. So you get just like... See? It just ducks the sound down a bit. But what is that rich pitch then? That also has the ducking in it. Pitch mix. Controls the mix of the pitch shifted signal. 0% is no pitch. Okay. Oh, that's weird. So if we put this at 50%, then half of the delay is at the original pitch, and the other half is pitch shifted. So you get like two delays stacked on top of each other now. You get like the one part of it is just... See, that's just the same note. Then if we... Then it's gonna do the pitching. So if we set this to like, I don't know, an octave. See, here we don't get any pitch at all. That's weird. So, you could even make a chord with it then. We set the feedback to 0 and set this to 3, so the minor third. Interesting. 7. That only really works with like 0 feedback. But I really like this one in this regard. What we had. What was it? That. I really like that one. What happens if we use that on this one? Yeah, that's a proper riser kind of thing. And then this diffuse thing is also nice. Basically, it just turns the whole thing into like a reverb. Weird reverb, but really nice delay. I use it quite a bit actually. Let's see. Ooh, what if we put this? It's a bit weird with the one semitone, but let's see. Oh, I keep opening the wrong one. That one. Let's leave it like this for now. And then don't want to have all of that. Let's just chuck a different delay on it.
Thank you.
See if there might be some low end in that still. Sure. No, not really. Okay, cool. Then we don't really need the group either. We can just do that. Let's just leave it at that. We need to go to the drop. We also need something more on top of here. Kind of like just building some stuff. Let's see. Let's just add. I don't know, maybe just like some chord. It's gonna be loud as fuck. No, I don't like that. I need to something else, but whatever. Yeah, I need to think real quick. I think like we need something at the start, so let's just do a little, grab one of these. I just basically spend an afternoon with Omnisphere just bouncing stuff and making interesting things in Omnisphere, like weird hits, and these are the result of that. So just grab that, and it says E, so let's bring it down one semitone. Wants to be that. It's fine too. It's fine too. What else do we have? Ooh, that one is actually kind of cool. Put that in here. It's really quiet. Sure, whatever. Let's move on. I just for now add these. Okay, let's just do that. So we have a bit of a transition here. Okay. I need to think for this. Let's duplicate that. Because I think this is gonna throw me off, but see, we can. Automate that. Why is it only? Oh, okay. During this section. Okay, that works. And then let's do some high passing on it as well. I'd even just do that. What kind of a bass line are we gonna do? Let's think. That's the main question. Also saw that we're already quite late. I didn't even know that it was that late already. Let's go into bass. Oh, okay. I can just do this. And I probably want to have that drone being high pass as well. Let me just copy this. Do we also want to have this high passed? And then this as well. Sure. And then we want to have something in there. In that gap. Could be a vocal, something else. We could also have a vocal somewhere here. Don't really have anything, I think. Let's check. Maybe I have something. Wait, I do have an acapella that I know that could maybe fill something up for a bit. Where is it? Other. And then vocals, acapellas here. We can quickly find a little vocal snippet or something that we can drop in here. Let's see if we can quickly align this. Says 86, so that would be perfect because we're in 172, so that's double. Probably wants to align like that. No. Wanna
DJ Babu on the cut. You know, DJ.
Let me also do a little bit of something to it so that it's not the same pitch. Just to be sure. Let's just grab a little, because we all know YouTube copyright can be an absolute pain in the ass. Let's just do a little Maybe I should even just do this. Let's just go down a couple of semitones. Doesn't really matter. It says D, but the original track is in D. Yeah, that should work. Or neurobase edit that opens and closes. Yeah, exactly. But we'll see. Okay, la la la.
That's why I'm driven. I was getting.
Okay, it's not aligned. Let's see. Needs to be there, maybe? No, it needs to be there.
I was getting buried alive. Heard the dirt hit the coffin top. I barely survived.
There we go.
But I broke through my grave, ripped the pine box, cell apart. Head first yelling, maggot brain, funkadelic art. There is a dark side, fair weather friends flock. Hitchcock, same birds scatter when the ends stop. Couple let their guards down. Figured it was done for certain. Talking about next time to pull the plug and close the curtains. Eyes wide, bug like holy leaf.
Do we have something in here?
Eyes wide, bug like holy leaping, hazardous, hazmat, clutching their chest like asthmatics.
That one is just a fucking bar.
Thought that y'all would never mind. Material still hazardous, hazmat, clutching their chest like asthmatic.
Oh, yes. Hazmat clutching their chest like asthmatics. Boom. And then we go into a drop. Why not? That could work. There's a couple of really good bars in this track.
This hazmat, clutching their chest like asthmatics. From mathematics, a natural dash of black magic. Salute to new voices, flexing power, advancing the balance. A modern branding versus classic sound clashing. Took heavy fire, survived the crash landing. Smiled and walked away from the wreckage, the last standing. They thought that it was gone for good.
It's not exactly in time, it's a little off.
They thought that it was gone for good. They figured it was good as gone. They thought that it was gone for good. They figured it was good. You know this.
I think the last verse also had something in there. Let me just check real quick. Let's move you aside. Don't need that. Let's last verse is somewhere around here.
The more I'm in, the more the
By what
I took flight. I was out.
There. That's where the final verse is. I think there's a really cool part in there as well.
I was out of mind in sight. Dark clouds all around me, trying to find the light.
Is that still in time?
I was out of mind in sight. Dark clouds all around me, trying to find the light. I took flight.
That's kind of a cool part as well.
I was out of mind in sight.
That section by itself already.
I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight. Dark clouds all around me, trying to find the light.
That section is kind of cool. So either one of those two could probably work. Let's see. I think we can.
this hazmat, clutching their chest like asthmatic.
I was out of mind in sight.
I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight.
Do you have that ABC tune? Also from Babu? No, I don't.
I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight.
This one could probably work. Let's just see if we can. Well, we can always try this one first. The reduce ambience preset from the multiband dynamics sometimes really well, cleans things up. I don't know why it's lagging. Oh, okay, there we go.
I was out of mind in sight, dark cloud.
Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does.
I was out of mind in sight, dark. I was out of mind in sight, dark.
Let's see if my crunchy gate is gonna work better. It's basically the same preset, but just slightly different.
I was out of mind in sight.
Kinda makes it crunch.
I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight.
Which sounds kinda cool.
I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight.
Let's see what happens if we first OTT this thing. Without this one.
I was out of mind in sight.
It's gonna be too much, so let's put that up and then maybe...
I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind. I was out of mind in sight. 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 I was out of mind in sight.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Kind of works. It's like a waltz. What?
This hazmat clutching their chest like.
What was the pitch of this one? -5, and that's -4. Okay.
This hazmat clutching their chest like asthmatics. Hazmat clutching their chest like asthmatics.
Could be a little pre-drop line, to be honest. Let's see.
Hazmat clutching their chest like asthmatics.
It actually wants to be here then, I think.
Hazmat clutching their chest like asthmatics.
Then you can go into a drop. That could work as a little pre-drop thing.
Hazmat clutching their chest like asthmatics.
And the other one that we have, let's bring you down here. Oh, why did I do that? Let's group those together.
I was out of mind in sight. Dark clouds all around me trying to find the light.
Bloop.
I was out of mind in sight. Dark clouds all around me trying to find the light.
We'll see.
Haz
I guess with this one we could even take just that first part.
I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind. I was out of mind. I was out of I was out of mind. I was out of I was out of I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight. I was out of mind in sight.
I should probably just put that on the group, to be honest. All of this. Just put it on here. So that everything I do on there is always going to be applied to those. So, depending on what I choose. But yeah, now we're going to have to think about a drop bass. That's the most important thing. Let's save. I'm quickly gonna turn my mic off and switch to my speakers so that I can quickly hear. Usually I just get better ideas when I do that than when I'm working on headphones. So I'll be doing that and then I'll be back. Cool. I might even be able to do this. Let's see.
I was out of mind and sight.
It does bleed into the mic a little. Have to put it even quieter. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that doubling up, but see if that works. Okay.
I was out of mind and sight.
Yeah, I do hear something now. Let's see, with that vocal.
I was out of mind and sight.
Like a little...
Out of mind and sight.
Yeah, I'm gonna need my headphones for that. I can't do that without having my mic on and doing it through the speakers. I can't hear that sub bass at all when my volume is that low. Okay.
I was out of mind and sight.
Okay, we need a little... I was out of mind and sight, and then something here, like a little extra hit, and then I'm hearing like need some kind of an extra harmonic on it. Okay, that sine wave has all of that. That's weird. Let's just do that. Oh, let's remove all, clear that, drop that in here, and then I think we want that harmonic. Could be the right harmonic, let's see. We want to have this on here. Can always change it later, so it doesn't matter too much for now. Have... is the... Ah, yeah, okay. That's right, yeah. I need to make this quieter. Like, see how the sub is now a little bit louder here? You want to have those at the same level, because otherwise it feels like the sub is actually getting louder. Which it is, as well. So we need to do this again, and then... Okay, let's see. Let's maybe make it go a little bit less. A bit more like that, maybe. Oh. See what happens if we do a bit of FM on it. Like a higher... Let's put another one on here. Yeah, for kicks I would just use Serum. Like this one is also just a Serum kick. This one isn't even that special. This is just a really simple kick. Like it just uses a volume envelope on a sine wave, a pitch envelope on here, and then this is like another pitch envelope for the transient. And those three together basically make up the kick. So if I just take this off, just volume, movement, pitch movement, and then transient. And that's literally it. So, and then it's just all about shaping these however you like them. And one thing I always advise you to do though, when you're making kicks, or drums in general, with synthesis, set your LFOs or envelopes. Like in the case of Serum, you can use your LFOs as an envelope by just switching it to envelope here. But switch them to unsynced, so that they're not in sync to the BPM. Because if you make like patches for like let's say you're making kick patches or snare patches or something like that, and when you save them with the timing here set to sync to BPM, then if you use it in a different track that has a different tempo, then the length of the kick is suddenly different, or the pitch envelope is suddenly a lot slower, for instance, and it changes the sound of the kick, or sound of the snare. So always unsync it, and then set it in hertz values, because then when you put it in a different tempo track, it's still going to be the same, and you don't have to worry about any of that. That's just one little tip I can give you when you're making drums. Okay, back to this thing. So, we got a bit of crunch on it now, that could be good. Let's put another filter on it, just to kind of take off a little bit of that top end again. That one maybe? cool. Let's just say that's the starting point. Let's see if that has a bit of the right tone. It's not the right sound yet, but let's see.
I was out of mind and sight.
It needs to be higher, I think. It wants to be higher with this. Maybe this even.
I was out of mind and sight. I was out of...
Let's try that. And let's take this off for now, so we can hear what it's doing. Let's go bring it down. Can leave that there. Maybe bring it 1 octave down. Now we basically have the same thing again as what we had, but then we get like an octave still. We might be even go down to the lowest octave. Now we get a lot of fine control over that harmonic. And we can choose which harmonic we get.
I was out of mind and sight.
Lower maybe?
I was out of mind and sight. I was out of mind and sight. I was out of mind and sight. I was out of mind and sight.
Ah, in between those two.
I was out of mind and sight.
Oh, there. That one. I think that's the same one as what I had earlier, but not sure if this is actually gonna work, this on here, so maybe we wanna have this off.
I was out of mind and sight.
Kind of get the same sound anyway, if we do that. So then we can also can just make this louder.
I was out of mind and sight.
So now I think I want to use it as a step for the first beat, so we want to put some extra processing on it to make it good.
I was out of mind and sight.
Yeah, that filter that we had. Let's see what we can do with it, so we can make it more... It's a bit weird though, so... we go for something more like that. And then let's see if we start messing with this. Now we have the same thing again. Sub is pretty fucked on this for some reason. Guess it's the FM. Okay, so we have this thing. Let's just Put you on it. Yo, Angelite. We're a little bit stuck at the moment on bass. But I made one already, like a bit of a project like this, and I had the same thing, but eventually I figured it out. So we just need to keep going. We have a mid and a high layer now, basically. We have a sub and a high layer. Just want to give it a bit of that, and then let's just sure. Can we? I guess this one is just gonna need a separate sub or something, because sub sounds like shit. Maybe we just need to make a better one, because this one kind of sounds like ass. Let's just do that. Let's make a better one. Maybe I have one, actually. Let me check. Let's just pick one. Do this and see what we get. Too heavy.
I was out of mind and sight.
Could be a little single hit somewhere, but let's check. We could go 808 maybe. That could also work.
It's out of mind and sight.
Kick is hitting here. Oh no, kick is hitting here. But oh yeah, that could work. Maybe.
mind in sight.
Kind of just wants to. Could go for this groove as well. I'm not sure if I like the 808 though. Let's see what else we have with this pattern. I think we're just gonna have to make something. That's too low. What sounds too low? Yeah. That a what? I know using really basic shapes is pretty much the way to go. Don't want to do something too crazy. Okay, let's just focus on just this thing. I'm gonna make a little pattern. Trying to think what maybe I should do it to the kick and this, because we have that weird offbeat kick. So that kick is gonna probably throw me off, so let's just make it easier. And go for that. We add a little Maybe should we do that as the pitch? Maybe. Then loop that and then just have something in between there. This thing is gonna sound like shit. Now let's see. What are we gonna do in here? See if we can get interesting. Maybe that is already enough. But then, like, I mean for the patch, right? Like, can we... Right, so we can take just these harmonics and we can process those. So right, so you can, if we just loop this maybe. So if we create another chain, get the sub back as well. We can even just leave that like that with those harmonics in. We don't necessarily have to low pass this one. But sometimes you might get phasing if you don't, so we just want to have sub here. So now we can basically start processing this one, just doing other things to it. But as a tone for the step, that might actually work.
I was out of mind and sight.
It wants to be higher, the harmonic. We can even do that with, like, we don't have to change this necessarily. We can, in here, because we've split this up, I can go and take a, let's grab the, where are you, kilohertz? Let's take the frequency shifter, put that just after the high pass basically, and then we can see, that's more the harmonic I think we need.
I was out of mind and sight.
And then more processed. And this is gonna sound like shit now. Not even, but that could be a little step thing.
Right.
Now let's make it better. Yeah, I'm not too sure how long I'm gonna be able to keep on going, because I probably have to wake up somewhere in the middle of the night, because everybody is leaving, and the dog that we have here is then probably gonna go crazy, and I'm the only one staying behind because I want to make music. I have 2 weeks off of work, so I want to make most of that. So I'm staying at home, which means I'm gonna probably be the one that is gonna be woken up in the middle of the night when they're gonna leave to keep the dog silent. So they're leaving in like 4 hours from now. I guess I'm not gonna sleep before then, because that's gonna suck. Let's see if we can make this into a bit of a nicer step. So right now it's a bit weak, so let's go and do a little bit more distortion on this maybe. Let's see what we have. Let's do where are you? Fab filter Saturn. Let's put that on here. Okay. There's one. Is there a way to alt click? No. I wish they would add a way to either with like some arrows or something to quickly switch through all these things. That's the only issue I have with Fab Filter stuff in Saturn. Like, just give us a way, or just holding control and clicking here or something so that it switches to the next one or something like that. Because it's such an annoying thing to go in here. It's like 1, 2, hovering over it, and then a third click. Basically, it's so unneeded. If you would just have like some arrows, it would be so much quicker. Right. Let's just do some tube then. Let's put a reverb in here as well. Okay. Let's maybe filter it again. Filter it. Okay, let's go back into the patch now. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna work today with this bass. What else can we try? Let's think of something else. What else can we try? Reese? Haven't tried that yet. It's not properly re-triggering because we don't have a gap between these and that one. Now it is re-triggering. Let's see if we can make it nice. So if you wanna, basically if you wanna like get a reese on like a low note that still has a clear oscillation that is not like really slow, like because if you take like if you take just like one saw wave, like you normally would, just low pass it a bit, going into the distortion, and then just add like 2 voices and then make sure they're mono, and then detune those to each other. Right, you're gonna get that sound. But to get like that clear oscillation, you have to go pretty high in the detuning. And if you want to get like that, so like almost like a dotted sound on like the lowest subnote, you have to go quite far, and then they're really going to be quite far apart in terms of the pitch. It can work, but I always also find that sometimes you can get some pretty nice results if you use like another oscillator, like something doesn't matter what it is, but just something that is a different, slightly detuned, but a higher octave, and using that as an FM source, you get a similar kind of thing. And then you can use that as well. And even get like those weird, like quite fast sort of like Reese's. And see, and depending on where we put the octave, we get a different sort of like bump in the harmonics. Like now it sits around here, but then now it sits around here. And then you can use like something else, like maybe a chorus or something, to give it some width. And that way you can still keep that sort of like low or that oscillation going, and then you can just use like something okay, cool. Cool, and now we can automate that, I guess.
Mind in sight.
We want to have a little extra, maybe that one.
Right. 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 We don't get that much high frequencies, but if we can make this
put like another layer in here. I mean, we can chuck it in here. Maybe instead of the saturator. Like, yeah. Not sure if it's gonna be the right vibe though. Definitely not with this thing. I'll quickly check with something else. Let's see. Oh, that's fine too. A little bit too high. It's about D sharp. This one is really short to begin with. Maybe still too long though. I think I'm gonna stop streaming though after this because I'm not really feeling it anymore.
I was out of mind and sight.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm getting tired. So you'll probably see me back though later this week. I'm like I said, I have 2 weeks off of work, so if I do find something nice in the upcoming week, which I will, then I'll be streaming as well. So I'll probably just you know, if I find something that I like to work on, then I'll go stream and I'll let you guys know on Discord. So join the Discord if you want to stay up to date with that. I'll drop, basically just drop a mention on there when I go live. So I'll drop the link in the chat, and if you want to support me, then you can support me on Patreon. I'm gonna drop I saw that it was already the first of the new month, so I kind of am too late with the Patreon pack from last month, but I basically have everything ready, so I will probably post it tomorrow or something. Well, it's gonna be 1 or 2 days late. It doesn't matter. I have a lot of content for Patreon coming, so if you want to support me, then Patreon is the place to do, because there you can actually get samples in return for your support. So you can check that out if you want. Really appreciate it to everyone who keeps supporting every month, because you guys really help a lot. And yeah, I will see what I come up with in the upcoming week. I just need I need to listen to some more drum and bass, do some more sound design, get some more patches made, I think. But yeah, I'll let you know in Discord when I go live. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
I was out of mind and sight.